If you feel like recently everything you've been doing is not working out to plan, you feel like you're failing in certain aspects where you thought it would have been a little easier to get that win, this is the video for you. This is the video because, you know, it's life. And I think no matter how dedicated you are, no matter how good of an idea you have, there's always a little bit of leeway for failure. And failure doesn't always have to be a bad thing. I mean, you look at some of the best products we have in this day and age. They weren't the best products from the start. It took a lot of models, a lot of demo products, you know what I mean? They did tests with them, large scale samples and all these things, and eventually they put out products and then they got feedback and they revised it. And now you got the iPhone and the MacBooks and all these cool gadgets that we have in this day and age. And I mean, we still might find faults with these things, and that's the whole part of bettering it. You know what I mean? Not everything has to be stagnant. Things can improve over time. You think of life, and it's this big spectrum, and you start not really knowing much, and you learn a lot of things, and then as you get older, you start to kind of fall back off. So it's like this big rainbow, you know what I mean? It's this big bridge. You go up and you come back down, and in that middle part, that's really the time to take risks and find out who you are and what type of life you want to live. And it's really important that you do that, because once you get to the end of that spectrum, the end of that bridge, it's gonna be a lot harder to do a lot of things, y'all. I mean, you're gonna probably get arthritis and all these things. You're gonna be old, and you can work out, and that will help mitigate a lot of these problems in the ending stage of life. But a human is just a human, and once you get to the end of your lifespan, you're gonna have a little bit of a decline. You know, things that you're able to do in your 20s is probably not gonna be as easy to do those things when you're 60. You know what I mean? This dude came right out, bruh. Yo, why is everybody just randomly switching in front of me? I bring this up because I have the blessing and curse of having older parents. And for those with older parents, you know the feeling I'm talking about, where it's like, it kind of sucks watching them grow old, but it's also like a blessing, because you get to see the reality of life. You get to see how cruel life can be. You know, these once youthful people are now, like, their age is starting to show. And as a kid, I never really thought about my parents getting old. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think about old age. You don't think about the restrictions, all these things. You're just living. And I say this because you might strive for a certain thing now, and you might not even get it. But the most important thing is that you try. You give it all your best. And just when you feel like you're gonna give up, you might just win. Or you might win in different aspects that you didn't even think were possible. I mean, when I was in college, I was a business major, so I had to take interview prep classes and all these things. And I remember word for word, one of my professors told me, it was that question where people actually interview, like, what is your dream job? What is your dream position? What are you working towards? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't know what position I'm working towards. You know, a year ago, I didn't even know this position that I'm applying for was a thing. So my dream job might not even be available yet. It might not haven't been, like, thought of yet. But the most important thing is you try to, you get a direction. You know, you think like, yo, I want my life to go in this direction, and you follow that path. And then eventually you get somewhere. You get somewhere where you want to be. Damn, this shit rattling like crazy. What the hell? And that's why it's important not to give up, y'all. You gotta shoot for the stars. And if you don't hit the stars, you aim for the moon. It's all about staying consistent, locking into something that you really want, even though it'd be tough when you don't get the results that you expect. That's just life. Life rewards the dedicated and the hard workers. You gotta stay true to it. And like I said before, you might win in something that you didn't even think of, and then you'll be happy with it. Months ago, I went to drop off some oil, and I met my boy at AutoZone, and he recognized me from the videos, and it was like, damn, bro, I can't stop now, because this is crazy. Like, somebody recognized me from my videos on YouTube, and I didn't even think that was possible at the time. I was just posting videos just to post it. I mean, you hope that you're gonna get traction. I hope that eventually I'm gonna hit 1,000 subs, and I did, because I just posted every day, y'all. I found something that I can post every single day. What's something I can do every single day? Stay consistent, no matter if I'm sick, no matter if I gotta go fly out or something. Something I can do every single day, no problem, even on the off days, the good and the bad. And that's recording in my car. I love to drive, I love cars, and I like talking sometimes. And I decided to lock in and make these videos every single day. And now, bro, we're almost at 1,500 subs, the road to 2,000. And it's just like, during work, I was just thinking about it. Like, it's crazy how far the channel has come in such a short amount of time. I mean, when I started recording, I didn't even think this was possible. And I know numbers are inflated nowadays. People might think 1,500 subscribers is nothing compared to their favorite YouTuber with 1 million subs. Yo, 1,500 is a lot to me. Imagine you in a room with 1,500 people and all of y'all sit down and watch your video. You know what I mean? You play a video and 1,500 people are like, yo, that video was tough. 1,500 people come and dab you up. Like, yo, Josh, keep it up. That video is tough. I'ma lock in. I'ma subscribe to your channel. But they tell you that physically. Isn't that crazy? So that's why it's like, there were times where I was posting and I was getting no views. And there were those couple videos where a random person would comment, and I along the way, you know what I mean, I start to remember names, Tampa Grandpa, all them OGs from way back that would watch the video and comment, and those comments would motivate me. And I just kept going, because I'm like, yo, at least I know one person is looking forward to my daily uploads. How can I stop now? And in your endeavor, it might not be YouTube. You might not get comments from people telling you how proud they are and how they look forward to your grind, depending on what you're doing. But there's gonna be indicators. You know, you surround yourself with good people, and you just let your work show for itself, and you just focus on improving, and eventually the indicators will be there. I mean, my boy Gene talks about it in a lot of his videos, that he tried a lot of things for 4 years and had zero success, nothing hooked. And then he started Amazon, and now, you know, I mean, he moved on from it. But at least after all this time, something clicked. Oh, I could have took that, but I ain't gonna do it. I got a bigger gap. Sometimes things are just for a reason. It teaches you. Life has a weird way of teaching you things that you don't want, but it'll disguise it as just a bad interaction. I'll give y'all a little backstory of my life before I wrap up this video. So as all of y'all know, and if you don't know already, I work at the airport. I work for an airline. And because of this, I'm able to take a lot of cool trips and travel and see places that I never thought was possible to see at such a young age. You know, you grow up, you think about traveling, you think about how much money you have to spend, how expensive traveling is. You got to do all this crazy planning. But having flight benefits, I said blight. Having flight benefits changes your perspective of the world and travel, because it's so accessible. I can wake up tomorrow and just go to LA for nothing. You know what I mean? And having these benefits has changed my life. And the main reason I'm at United is because of a setback. Before United, I worked at Costco. And this is no shame to Costco, man. No shame to Costco at all. I loved working there. It was cool. I met a lot of cool people. Shout out my boy Greg. And that time and a half on Sundays hits. But I was on cart duty when I started, and I had no problem with it. But I wanted to move inside. I just didn't like the feeling of being on carts. I don't know. That's just me. And that's no shame to people that are currently doing it. Like, there's people working at Costco right now that are pushing carts. There's nothing wrong with that. But me personally, I just didn't like it. I'd rather be inside doing something, because all the supervisors are inside. So there's people that came to Costco after I worked there, and they they moved up the ladder quickly, because if you're inside and your work is constantly getting recognized, because that's where all of leadership is, then you're bound to get like more opportunities. Versus me outside pushing carts, it's like you just clock in and you don't even exist. You're just outside doing your own thing. And it's cool because you're not micromanaged. But it sucks when people come after you and then they start telling you what to do. You know what I mean? I just didn't like that feeling. It just didn't sit right with me. So I was cool with one of the managers, and she was like, yo, I like your work ethic. I'm gonna try to get you inside because I need somebody on my team. And I was like, yo, that's lit, let's go. And she put in a good word for me. I applied for the position, and eventually she was like, yo, I can't get you inside because they want to keep you on carts. They was like, they don't got nobody to replace you right now, and they just want to keep you on carts. And that sucked, because I don't want to be on carts. And I was like, yo, like, why can't I just go inside? Like, I didn't even want to leave Costco. I mean, I liked working there. I just wanted to go inside. But I was like, bro, if I'm gonna be outside working in all of these like different weather conditions, I might as well work outside and get flight benefits and travel the world. So that's exactly what I did. And that was the best thing that happened to me. And the best thing that happened to me, it came to me through a L. Like, I'm living this life I'm living right now because I got turned down, because I didn't get what I wanted. But I didn't let that keep me down. Just because I didn't get what I wanted, I didn't stay stagnant. I got something else. Like, I was like, yo, if I can't win in this aspect, I'm gonna shoot for something else. And I got it, and it worked out even better than if I had went inside. You know what I mean? So I guess I say this just to say, sometimes you win, you're lost. I say you win. Right there. But I bring up that story just to say, sometimes your loss might be a win, so just stay in there. Like, grind through the mud. Better things are coming. You're in too deep now to just give up. Just stay going. Don't quit now, man. You're almost there. And the worst case you lose, you get the experience, and you know that this was the outcome. You don't live a life of regret. I think the worst thing you can do as a person in this life is get to an old age and have regret, and then you can't go back and fix that. You get to 50 and you're like, damn, when I was 20, I should have logged in on this business venture, or I should have tried this other like job position that I got offered, but I was too comfortable where I was at, you know? Because we're all gonna die eventually. The time is gonna pass, and whether you try it or not, you're gonna get old, and all these things are gonna happen to you. So don't live a life of regret. I said regret. Stay locked in, guys. And that's really it for today's video. I just felt like getting a little motivational piece out. And make sure y'all buy TSX and travel. I love each and every single one of y'all. Thank y'all for coming to the talks. As always, I know this is a shorter video, but it's just one of those days where, I don't know, I just feel so grateful for this opportunity to speak to the camera. And big things are coming this weekend. Tomorrow, I'm about to cook up something with Gene, so make sure y'all tap in for that. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, guys. As y'all can tell, I'm at the exotic beverage store. So y'all already know what's up. We about to go get something nice, go home and vibe out. You already know the vibes, fam. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one, guys. Ziggy Week out.